What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Twitter. Welcome to TJ the Prodigy's YouTube page. Welcome to Twitch. All places we are. We turned it into a reporting page, y'all. I was first a combat sports journalist and combat sports information gambit, so to speak. But we're going to more mainstream reporting because I'm losing interest in talking about pro wrestling. Plus, I'm just a curious person. I like to learn. I like to talk about different topics. I like to engage with other people. This is all about thinking. If you're a closed-minded person, you're generally not going to like me, and I'm probably not going to like you. But with that said, I love having conversations with people, breaking down and dissecting and analyzing information. And now we're just starting to cover more and more interesting topics. I don't like to be put in a box. I'm a Renaissance man. I can do a lot of things, but I won't be able to do that without my fans. Thank y'all for being here. It really helps when y'all respread the conversation, retweet this on Twitter. It's TJ Time 1991. That's all lowercase letters. It's TJ Time 1991. YouTube TJ the Prodigy. My name, if y'all haven't figured out, is TJ the Prodigy. We like to talk about interesting things. A lot of my friends used to get into this type of stuff. They call it like questioning different things, but I don't like to put labels on things. Things are kind of what they are. But I am a thinker. I'm a truth seeker, and this is what this gentleman we're gonna talk about this way is mainly is. I mean, he had a little bit of troll in him. He's had a little bit of asshole in him, but a lot of genius people and successful people usually have that type of notion. And at times, I honestly think it's a defense mechanism because if you know a little bit about his background, he had a kind of an abusive father. Now, that don't justify him being an asshole or anybody need to out him. Out him. This is all about truth at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people need to come at these issues or with issues in general in life with that type of energy if they want to be successful, if they want to come out the other end better. But it's this sense of I don't want new people to come in. I don't want new ideas. I want to have what I have in my head. And that's what a lot of Americans have now. A lot of Americans are really starting to become closed-minded and becoming, I hate to be disrespectful, but robots. They're doing what they're being told to do. And I don't like that. I hate it. And I honestly think this is why a lot of us were caught off guard with this pandemic stuff because a lot of people don't want to think. That's why a lot of people are being afraid about this pandemic stuff, and I'm not. Like, I look at everything as kind of like what it is. Like, some people are like, oh man, I don't know what we're gonna do. It's the end of the world. No, I'm looking at ways how we can combat this, but I'm also gonna ask questions of like, that seems kind of fishy. Why do they want us to all take this stuff even though they barely take it or they don't 100% support what it is? A lot of this stuff I have angles to them, and I like to ask questions. And speaking of which, the question we have today: why is Elon Musk running Twitter? He's running Twitter because honestly, who else made a bid for it? It's plenty of proof and facts and information out there that Twitter has been failing for a while as far as growing as a company financially. They were not growing, and I think this continues to follow the trend of when it go woke, go broke. When you become too liberal, you usually go out of business because it's so one-sided and just against a lot of people's natural instincts. And I'm not trying to. Natural is a word that a lot of the LGBT plus community and other people get offended. Like, what do you mean I'm not natural? Exactly what as things are that you can't describe them. That's what natural is. Like, y'all trying to force stuff. And I usually ask these people, and it's not really relevant to the topic, but it's gonna become full circle by the end of this little discussion we having here or this conversation I'm having. I would love for y'all to have it. So make sure y'all, even after the video, I'm a big VOD person because a lot of my stuff is designed for when people hear, I get more hype. I don't like the type of person that's screaming into the mic and nobody's on the video because that comes off as you're desperate for attention. I'm more of an organic person. I react to how I feel. I don't try to force things. But anyway, this a really problem with our culture is the lack of conversations we're having, or the conversations are too one-sided, and that's what Twitter was supposed to be. But you know, when something started in California, which is a mostly liberal place, is going to be controlled by people that are easily triggered, and they have access to information, which is dangerous. When you have access to people's information, you could dox people, and you think conservatives are like, that's a Trump era thing where a lot of conservatives were doxing people. I feel like, if of course anybody can dox people, but I feel like in the times we live now, especially that has become more of a liberal thing. At least the people I get into with are these big doxing people, these big liberal companies, these companies that are associated with whatever movement is going on of the day. And a lot of these big platforms pick up Vlad TV. He doxes people. Like, he tried to dox me. I laughed at him, but he tried. These big six companies that pretend like they're liberal in the face of, the public, but behind the closed doors are actually conservative. And these people dox people. And that's what I like about Elon Musk. His goal is to get the whole truth out there. Yes, he's a troll and all that type of stuff. Yes, he's condescending at times, but that's part of human nature. Nobody's perfect. And I find it weird that he has a little bit of Trump. I feel like he's a less extreme Donald Trump. He's a very smart man. He made a lot of people money. He continues to put ways out there to make people money. And and the smile, the sly look out on his face. He has a bit of that Donald Trump energy in him. And I always thought that was interesting about Elon Musk. I usually like to do these midday doing a commute, but I was like, man, I got to get on it. I was reading about all this stuff with Elon Musk, and something just told me to get on here and do it. So yeah, make sure y'all just watch this on the VOD. Share this with y'all friends on the VOD. But let's get into the matter at hand. Why is Elon Musk the best option to take over Twitter? Like I just led with, I love the idea of he's trying to expose everything, which is why I put in parentheses the Twitter files. And this is something I would like to go into detail with at a much later date. I like how he appears to be transparent. And when somebody criticizes him for something, his first thing he do is, what made you feel that way? Or how did you know that? He asks for them. He doesn't seem very evasive. If he's done something evasive, I haven't noticed it. Feel free to send it to me. It's TJ Tom 1991 on Twitter. He comes off as a very what you see, what you get type person. It seemed like to me he don't even try to hide his smugness. It's all there. You know what I mean? It's like I am what I am. You got to like it. You know what I mean? But we still willing to have a conversation. I like his sense of he loves to be open and communicative with people. Now, only in due time will we actually know if it's genuine or not. But right now, to me, it appears genuine. I like the idea. I'm a very open-minded, but also yet common sense person. Like I don't like to use the word conservative, and I don't like to use the word liberal. I'm kind of more in the middle, even though I'm a lot more open-minded, but I can tell when somebody's trying to get one over on me. And it seems like this is kind of how he is. And like people say, oh, he's heartless. He's fired all these people. I feel like some of those people, let's take the guy from Twitter that he fired. This dipshit from Twitter, the CEO, this Indian guy, I don't got nothing against Indian people. It's a great nation. I got a lot of friends that are of Indian descent. However, this guy was a fucking asshole. Like he was not clear about the terms of policy with Twitter, other than the fact he has sent some robotic ass message. We feel like you violated the term. And I would put it up if I didn't know. I'm not complete. Elon Musk is still working out some kinks on Twitter. So I'm still trying to be careful about what I say, because who knows if something automated picks up your voice and say, oh, he said that. I feel like a lot of this stuff is bot oriented. There's all these people getting banned for, oh, we feel that you like, it's mob mentality, and what they did to prevent themselves from siphoning through multiple files or multiple complaints. They basically put a ban out there with certain word, or a bot that has certain words, because I have a wise bot on my Twitch, so I know this is possible to do this. They put certain words, they program these bots to pick up words, so even if you say it, they're gonna automatically, nope, that's against the policy, shut the channel down for 12 hours. I literally had somebody call me the N-word, but because I have the perception on here it's being unpopular by certain groups of people, they automatically take my stuff down. They didn't even see in the same alleged conversation I had with this person, they called me the N-word. And I sent it to them, and they didn't say shit. So the reputation of that the previous Twitter regime is very similar to the one with Google, and I think that's changed a bit too. People are getting tired. These corporations are getting tired of people not using their platforms and their resources because they're tired of getting ran off by these liberals. These not liberals. I don't mind regular liberals, or I don't mind liberals who got common sense. I'm talking about this current generation of SJW, social justice warrior kids that want everything to be canceled because I say so. These petulant, child, emotional people. People are getting tired of that. That's why all these shows are starting to change. So look at DC. Look at all these companies that are starting to say, we're not doing this shit no more because we're tired of losing money. Go woke, go broke. These corporations are tired of losing money. Elon Musk saw an opportunity like, bro, no, because I honestly do think with all the attributes I said about Elon Musk, good and bad, I think deep down inside his goal is to connect all humans together. That is his goal. I believe that. Like, he says some weird stuff like, I would die on Mars and leave my family on Earth. Like, I honestly think that's just the genius part of him. He just talks to hear himself talk. I do honestly think he loves his family, specifically his children. Like, his wives, wives come and go, and some businessmen, like, they look at stuff like, that don't look right. I feel like she don't really love me. She just love my money. Men are smart enough to sense stuff like that. You can say the same thing about women, and it's not a sexist thing, because I said the same thing about Kim K. I think Elon Musk, at the end of the day, he deep down inside, he really wants to bring people together. But let's get to the specifics of why I think he's best for bringing Twitter together. Open-mindedness. We need this. The conversation has been way too one-sided in the favor of the right, or the left, rather, the liberals. Like, it seemed like they have 100% control over everything. And that's problematic with me because whenever I go in a room and it's closed-minded, I'm already disinterested and I don't feel welcome and I don't want to be there. And he's already starting to change that transparency. He's talking about with the Twitter files about how he's going to start opening up some of these things. Like, okay, President Trump got banned. He said some bad things. Let's prove that he said that. Let's make sure that's not some, a group think mentality that's not like how when you go to IMDb and somebody bad bombed the movie on purpose. Like that was deliberate. It's not organic. So we want to make sure these claims are organic. And I like this. I believe a person is innocent until proven guilty. So a lot of these liberals and the liberal agenda is to flip the other way around. You're guilty until proven innocent, or no, you hurt what my feelings is because I said so. A lot of these people have this mentality of I'm gonna cancel you because I say so. They don't want to have a deep conversation with you. They look at the headline of whatever your video is. They've done this to me several times. I'm sure they've done this to others. They look at the headline of your video and try to like put you in a box based off that. Elon Musk's regime does not seem based off that. It seems based off truth seeking, actually bringing people together, doing what's best for all humans. Look at the companies that this man has, the space companies and Tesla, saving energy. Some people can say it's pretentious. Prove that it is. This dude seems like a decent guy. I mean, who buys Tesla not knowing that it's going to save the planet? He's got that. He has more efficient ways to go to space. Now, I don't know if his space shuttle is green. It probably is, knowing Elon Musk. More likely it is with the SpaceX and all that type of stuff. It seems like his goal is to push humanity forward scientifically. You could tell this guy was a natural genius, and he was always inquisitive about things. I was reading that he read a book a day as a kid. He convinced his dad to buy him one of the first computers so he could start programming stuff and making games. I do think he has a deep love, which I have similar traits to him as far as bringing people together. I'm kind of indirect with people at times because that's just me, kind of my nature. If I don't really trust you, I'll be indirect. But I do respect everybody as a natural human. Like you can live and do whatever you want in life. It's just like I don't have to agree with you on everything. That's kind of how I am. So I see bits and pieces of similarities with I was brain. I was kind of introverted like him. I would like to read certain time. And so I really trust you. I don't really want you around me like that. It's me. But Elon Musk, I like that he's trying to get the conversation back on balance because what a lot of these far right people want is they want to dominate the conversation. They want to put out there what they want to put out there. They always like it's this buzz and this mentality that fake news comes from the right. No, it's both sides that got fake news. As Donald Trump would say, that's fake news. Like it's fake news on both sides. All this January 6th stuff, they don't want to talk about how Trump was actually telling people to go home. They took the tweets and shit down so you wouldn't know. He was telling these people, no, don't do that. This is what I was saying. This is my opinion. They want you to see what they want to see. Is biased a lot on the right. People that got banned that never got their profiles what's the word I'm looking for? Redetermined to get their profile back. I like how he's okay. You said that a long time. Now, what people are saying is he's not saying I want people to do anything and say anything. And another guy picked up on this. What Musk is simply saying is he want the idea of justice and not probable cause. What's what I'm looking for? Proof. Okay, did you redeem yourself? Did you really? Why did you say that? Okay, had a conversation with this person instead of y'all just getting mad and blocking each other. See if y'all could talk this shit out and we can go from there. He don't want to just ban based off bullying mentality. And this is something the previous regime, because I was affected by it, my community was affected by it. This is issues that we all had. And this shows you, people don't think these liberals, and I don't have a problem with liberal people, but this is specifically related to this topic. Do not think these people don't have nefarious agendas to their so-called humanitarian goals to move us forward as a country, as a world. These people got agendas too. The gays got agendas against stuff. The social justice warriors got agendas. The feminists, all these people with the pronoun people, they have agendas that aren't always positive. A lot of them, the big problem I have a lot of these movies, they want to cancel you just because that's what they want. It's no logical reason. They could decide, okay, I don't like you, so I'm just going to cancel you. And you don't think these people aren't intelligent enough to manipulate the algorithm. They know how to do this shit. They know that they could go talk stuff to people and to get all their friends. He has a joke. Let's go get him canceled. Now to the point where if you don't have a profile picture, or I can tell you coming off as hostile, I don't even respond to you. I generally don't respond to people once. I will put out once. I usually ask people questions. When they try to come at me, whatever type of energy, and they try to insinuate that I'm stupid or something, I always say, okay, if you don't agree with my statement, which I 99% of the time have facts to back up my statement almost all the time, I do very thorough research. Most people that know me know I'm very thorough and I do research. Look at any of my videos with R. Kelly. Why do you think my video is bumping right now? You don't believe me? Go check out my YouTube, TJ the Prodigy. That R. Kelly video is bumping. For me to be a smaller channel. And a lot of people say, you don't got that many subscribers. Dude, my channel just started not too long ago. My channel started, what, like October or something? Or it was dormant for like a year. Because I got tired of the copyright strikes. I had to constantly email them about copyrights. And they tried to put a strike on my thing. I got them to take it off. It was a pain, but I got them to take it off because they lied on me. They lied and said I did something that I didn't do, and I went to them. I had to go to all this legal shit, but I got to take it off because I'm not going to be demonetized over a lie. If I did something wrong, I'll admit that I did something wrong, but you're not going to demonetize me for some bullshit at all. That's not going to happen, period. But getting back to Elon Musk, I like how transparent he is with all his Twitter file stuff. Speaking of which, I want to do a video probably within the next week or two where I specifically break down, it's going to be called Fact or Fiction, how accurate this Twitter file, because you already know it's going to be people, with the Trump thing and all that, he was attacking those people. Give that man his due process. Stop going off Orange Man bad. I need this Donald Trump stuff breaking down to me specifically. This is not like a Kanye West situation where he's ridiculous and crazy. No, Donald Trump, y'all accusing him of these things based off what he did bad, and y'all trying to make it seem like everything he does is bad. That's not fair. He needs due process just like everybody else, even though he's unfavorable and he put his foot in his mouth at times. Everybody deserves due process, even Trump. So I like the transparency or the willingness to give people a chance that Elon Musk regime is putting out there. Also, he's a genius. If you're a content creator, why? And I've said this, I tweeted this. Why would you not want Twitter to be monetized? You want all your work to go out there for nothing? Yes, you might have a YouTube page. Yes, you might have a Twitch. Why not have a third option if you don't want to get on those two? Some people just like transcripts and transcribing things and putting things and just typing. They don't want to have to do a video. Some people don't like to show their face. Now, I don't have a problem showing my face, but some people don't like showing their face just because they don't want to show it. That's fine with me. I just ask you, just don't be a troll. Don't be a goddamn troll and then hide your face. That's cowardly to me. So Elon, his regime seems very transparent. Now let's go to some specifics where people also agree with me where he's the best to take over Twitter. Let's go to some specifics. In April 2022, Musk announced that he had made an offer to purchase Twitter. Having initially bought a large amount of stock, the successful businessman decided to put out an offer to purchase Twitter. Because I know a lot of people had this energy. Who do you think he is? What are you talking about? Did you make an offer? Nothing stopped you from buying Twitter. You just didn't do it. If you had the money, you could have made a bid just like anybody else. Just like when people might ask how did Trump became in office. He put up the money, he campaigned, he ran, and he won. That's how. We could debate the technicalities until we turn blue in the face. He did the process that a lot of people talk about doing but never do. He did what he's supposed to do. The first part of being successful is taking the first step. And a lot of people they let their emotions cloud their best judgment when it comes to shit like this. You have to take the first step first. You have to do it. Let's keep pushing. After putting in an offer to purchase the company, the board accepted it, and the sale is due to go through later this year. Of course, we speak back in April. While the company is yet to change hands, the sale is fairly secure that thanks to the $1 billion opt-out clause in the deal. So they get a $1 billion opt-out. So basically, they can renege later. But I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is going to be smart enough, just like Vince McMahon. And I did a piece on this where he's going to find some type of way to write in a clause where he gets his company back. He's not stupid. If he bought this, he's going to do what he can to hang on to it. Because Elon Musk sees Twitter as a way to not only to connect people and connect all his brands, it's another way for him to make money because guess what he's trying to do? Make it advertising based. You don't think he's going to benefit from that? You as a content creator need to be thinking intelligently. How can I monetize this? Get out y'all feeling. Bro, they have block functions on this thing. If you don't want to be associated with something, mute the conversation, mute the person, block it. We're acting like, stop being stupid, essentially. I'm trying to find a better way to say people need to stop thinking crazy. You don't have to participate in anything that you don't want to. I thought we were a country of values and constitutions. Since when we want to mute people? If I don't like some shit, I change the channel. Whatever that channel may be, TV, a book, piece of paper, real life, I cut the channel off. I don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. We have to get this mentality out of our head that somebody's forcing you to do anything or engage. You're not being forced to do shit. Twitter doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to free speech. This is what I've been saying for a while. This is the article I'm reading. Make use of it.com. And I'm pretty sure some bigger company owns this, but obviously these people got an open mind. When it comes down to politics, people on both sides, left and right, equally believe that their side is being treated less favorably. I will argue that the right has been treated way, way worse. Look at Trump. Look at some of these politicians that's been censored. That's on the right. Look at Alex Jones. Even though I know he's a nut, but still, once again, if you don't like it, change the channel. It seems like it's an imbalance. I even read several Reddits that it's a bias with most of the big six. Silicon Valley, Google, YouTube, Twitter. They lean right. Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same people, but they mostly lean left. I'm sorry, they're liberal. They're biased. Like Facebook got it where you even type certain words, it'll take command of your keyboard and erase what you just put. They have it set up where it does that. So y'all not gonna tell me that this shit doesn't happen, because it does. I know it does. It's happened to me. Who better to know than yourself? This shit's happened to me before. So we're gonna keep pushing. I gotta change this category on my Twitch thing here. You know, because we got something real interesting coming. I ain't forget, because I know a lot of y'all getting used to my daily commute update news. We're gonna do something on the Twitter files. Or not, actually, we're gonna do Epstein. We'll do Twitter files later. We're gonna talk about Epstein tomorrow during the commute. So get prepared for that. When y'all get off work, be prepared for us to talk about that. We're gonna dive deep into one of those topics. I got to decide which one, either the Epstein or the Twitter files, whichever one, which is more interesting. I have the most information accessible, so I can tell the truth, basically. I don't get in everything I talk about. I have documents to prove it. Anything I get on, I like to know what I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna get on here and talk about something if I don't have enough information on. So, but expect that tomorrow. I'm gonna try to find something interesting at least 3 to 4 times a week. I can't guarantee every day, but at least 3 days a week to talk about. Because I'm more of I only talk about stuff when it happens type person. I don't just get on here to be rambling. Okay, so let's get back to this. When talking about the moderators and all the censorship with Twitter that Elon Musk is going to combat with him owning it. Like, we have to think as businessmen, get out of our emotions and think like business people. More generally, Twitter users complain of shadow banning, which posting tweets about certain topics. And while Twitter misinformation rules are designed to protect users, they could pose some ethical issues when it comes to free speech and who decides what information it is. Like, minority people can attest to this more than anybody. Like, we feel like we get censored for specifically with issues dealing with race. We always get told, oh, well, stop complaining, let it go. They don't tell Jewish folks that. They don't tell Chinese people that. They don't tell Japanese people to stop talking about their issues. I feel like it's a concerted effort to silence specifically black men. I'm sure other people, Hispanics or other minorities, can talk about women, Indian women, Middle Eastern women, but black men are the worst. You cannot say we're not the worst. It's proof out there. Keeping it pushing. Current Twitter CEO, well, at the time, Parag Agrawal, and what's his name, fired him. Jeff, this dude, I usually don't brag about anybody being fired, but this guy is a fucking asshole, dude. He's really an asshole. This the guy that was the previous owner before Elon Musk. He previously explained how the platform is actually emphasizing certain people over others in the interview. See, he even talked about how biased they were, and the interview was in the MIT Technical Review. He noted, one of the changes today that we see in speech is easy on the internet. Most people can speak, where our role is particularly emphasized is on who can be heard. The scarce commodity today is intention. In other words, who can be heard is whatever agenda they want you to do, whatever agenda the powers that be who are generally putting money into these liberal programs, what they want you to believe. That's what that guy was talking about in that last citation there. Whoever they want you to believe. It's not about free speech. It's about who they can control and what they can say. That's what it's about. Let's keep pushing. He also said, he added, and so increasingly our role is moving towards how we recommend content and that sort of thing. See, this is why my numbers took so long to get up. So all you people bragging about, oh, your number, this and that, they have a biased algorithm like YouTube does. They've already admitted in Reddit questions that they were asked, YouTube and Twitter now, that they lean left on their politics. They were pretty clear about that. So they're saying anybody that has a different opinion than that, they're going to try to censor you or make your content hard to find. Let's stop acting like we don't know this stuff. That's what I like about this dude. He's going to put it. Now, I'm not going to say everything that Musk do is going to be right. Of course, he's willing to be open about what people want to see and what people think he's doing wrong. He's very clear about that. When there's something somebody don't like on Twitter, he literally, what type of CEO of a company you know is that hands-on? Even a lot of the liberal ones, you cannot have access to them. They hide behind all this red tape and all these other people. How many times you had conversations with what's the Hungarian fellow? With the guy that with Black Lives Matter. What's this guy? George Soros. How many times you had access to him? How many times you had access to CNN people where they talking to you directly on Twitter, and if they usually do, they like telling you why their idea is better than yours or why you're dumb or something like that. These people, whether the liberals or not, they're not always your friends. We should be happy that you have accessibility to a person that runs a company. So you get immediate response when you don't like something. I've seen this man respond to people's tweets when they say this app is ass, or this app so, or this functionality or that functionality is bad. He responds and asks them. Not only do he give you a corporate answer, oh, we're working on it, blah blah. He say, what do you think we can add to this? What do you think could be more beneficial to this? This is what this man does. We need to look at the benefits of this. Stop blindly following these people because they have these buzzwords or these pre-written notes that they're told to say. That's what these people are. The whole liberal campaign is basically buzzwords that they're trained to say. That was like they look like robots. If you look some of these people in the eyes, like Hillary Clinton, they look soulless. They don't even look like people. That's why. Why do you think Trump won? He was going against a dry, evil cyborg. And Hillary Clinton, she didn't have no personality. She was a dick to people. Like, come on, they could have put anybody up there. They could have put a turd sandwich up there that would have beat Hillary Clinton. People are going, and not only that, they like people charisma and personality. Guys like Trump and Elon Musk, these guys have charisma whether people want to like them or not. They know that the first thing you have to do to be a success, Steve Jobs, to be a successful mogul or anything like that, you always gonna have detractors. You have to have charisma. It's a cult of personality. It's a natural instinct for human beings to be compelled and attracted to people with charisma. Even pro wrestlers knows that. Why do you think those wrestlers back in the 80s would go, let me tell you something, brother? They was coked up at it, but people liked it. That was the 80s boom, the whole rock and wrestling. Politicians learn from that stuff, even though some of them already had that. But I feel like wrestling has pushed politicians forward. Even Trump, he was in wrestling at some point. So was other people. So people like charismatic people that also so happen to be intelligent, which Elon Musk is charismatic and intelligent. But getting back, that's just my opinion. Getting back to factual things and the transparency that he's brought to Twitter, the innovation, the blue check mark. Now, one of the things I will say I disagree. I don't like the idea that people can pay to get blue check marks. I understand the logic behind why he's doing it from a business standpoint, but I don't like how easy it is. I will say this, because I struggle with this a lot. Not struggle, but this is something I have to do every day. Fake accounts try to add me all the time. On Twitter, Instagram, everything. They try to add me. However, I have a good vetting process. I know, oh, that's fake. That's fake. This is that. I even have a program on my Twitter where I can get rid of fake followers right away on my Twitch, Twitter, whatever. I have a program for that. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Google it. But these are the things I like about him. The transparent. All these liberal people are blocking people because that's what their masters told them to do. They didn't even care about the people that was generating information. All they cared about was, okay, let's generate a bunch of information or use these people as robots to get our agenda out. That's what a lot of these brain dead millennials are. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the truth is the truth. A lot of these brain dead millennials are robots for the people that got these liberal agendas. These people that want you to have all these pronouns and, you know what I mean? Put this and that in your arm and not ask what. Anybody that's sitting here not asking or trying to demonize people for asking questions about their health as it relates to COVID-19 and these vaccination shots, you are a damn idiot and I will never respect you. People have the right to know what they're putting in their bodies. You can disagree, agree. And I'm not even taking your right away from, I just want to do it. That's fine, but don't make me seem crazy for asking questions. That's all. I don't want microchips and all that shit in my body. And I don't know if Elon Musk might be in support of that because he's a tech guy. But I kind of get that when you're a tech guy. You giddy about anything tech. That's just like if you're an athlete. You're going to likely defend your brothers even if they did something wrong because that's the relationship y'all have as athletes. I get the bias of certain people. However, I don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with it. And that's what this is all about. I like this. But Elon Musk is ushering in an era of freshness. I like how he's bringing this new attitude in. Whereas all these liberal people, they have this idea that they're open-minded, but their personalities are so dry and demonic. Like when you talk to these people, they're such condescending assholes, or they just have this I'm entitled attitude. Like when you say, okay, if you don't like what he did or why you don't like this guy, they snap off. It's no logical answers. Whenever you say, for example, let's say, why do you disagree with Elon Musk? Why do you disagree with Donald Trump? Why do you disagree with somebody like Alex Jones? I mean, yes, he's an asshole. And what he did to those, making fun of those kids, that's a big, whether it's truth or not that those people are actors, when people actually died with whatever that stunt was, or if it's real, people die from that shit. So you got to be careful with stuff like that. But my problem is they have this. They don't want to converse, and these people that are the cancel culture people feel like you have to listen to them without proven evidence why you should listen to them. Like I'm never going to swallow what a person's tell me. I need to know who, what, when, where, while we're talking about this. What's the ultimate goal with this? That's a big thing. What's our goal? And these people just believe it just to believe. No, I'm not that person. If I have questions about anything, I don't care that you're in love with these policies or you do what you're told. I'm going to goddamn ask questions. I have the right to do that. You should ask questions because you have the right to that. A lot of people have this mentality fucked up where they expect you to just believe them. We're in an era of believe me. I said where anybody can say anything, where if you disagree with them, you're crazy or you don't know what you're talking about. What's that word? A word that I get tired of? E-drone. I don't even. What the fuck is an e-drone? I don't even know what that is. Like I'm like, is that like a gadget or something? It's an expression for people. Let me look up what e-drone is because I got tired of people. I'm like, what the hell is an e-drone? Look up what this dumb. I know it was something stupid. I briefly read about it a while back, but I know I'm not got no goddamn e-drone, whatever that is. But I get tired of these Twitter. I call them Twitidiots. The Twitidiots calling me this stupid ass bullshit. The hell is an e-drone? Let me look up Urban Dictionary. But while we're saying this, Elon Musk, man, he's bringing a new dimension. I feel like you're part of the problem if you're not trying to understand the new advancements he's trying to bring to it. The accountability and the giving people a second chance and being transparent. Why would you not want a company to be transparent that you're putting your content on? You don't get paid. You don't want to know that these people go. I would rather you tell me we're going to take your content down if we disagree with you. Whereas YouTube try to make it seem like they're open-minded and they knowing they're going to censor your shit. They do this sometimes with people that barely even copyright. They just have a certain group of people that's on their blacklist that they going to make sure your information is not. I had to work like hell. My searches are just starting to. I want to say like as in the last month and a half are just starting to be on the front page. And I always did what I was supposed to do. I think me complaining and bringing this up to people and it's starting to get on Twitter and people starting to see like, dude, I see what you're talking about. I think that's why I've been successful with this because I always use all the SEO, optimizations and all that stuff, and they were still bullshit. That's how I know they have a certain list of people that they purposely not put you on the first page. Oh, e-drone is a wrestling terminology. I thought that was an overall liberal thing. It says a term used for wrestling fans on the internet to refer to someone is typically socially inept or diehard WWE fan. I am definitely not inept at anything. I'm one of the more intelligent people you meet. Anybody that know me know I ask tough questions. They know I generally know a lot more than I lead on. Anybody that really, really know me generally know I know these things. They know I have a lot. I know a lot more than I ever say. Or I'm well researched, or I'm willing to, be able to basically back what I'm saying. And this is the type of energy that he brings to this. Let's keep pushing. Why he's better. Musk, on the other hand, is self-proclaimed free speech abolitionist, vowing to follow free speech on Twitter to the letter of U.S. laws. Discussions come as whether U.S. laws does enough to protect term use of free speech. This often comes down to a matter of personal opinion. It does come down to personal opinion. And a lot of y'all try to say, even if it was become a law, y'all go try to manipulate it where y'all can be protected more. I feel like the liberals, like anybody that try to sit here and convince people that it's all these different genders and all that stuff, you have an agenda. It's just as simple as that. When you say, let's say you're having a conversation with someone about gender. Let's just use gender as a thing. When you sit here and say, oh, I don't have to look like a woman for you to call me a woman, that's some bullshit. First of all, you're telling me to take away what most humans consider our nature of science and biology to accommodate you. That's not going to happen with me. I'm sorry. Now, if you're going to do the transgender thing, at least appear to look like the gender that you are. I feel like that's respectful to your fellow human being or whatever gender you're trying to associate with. So you tell me you got the beard and the mustache and all, you still talking about you a woman? Come on now. No, come on. Is it some of these things? Y'all are super serving selfish. A lot of these people are self. They want you to be censored because you hurt them for whatever misbelief bullshit that they got in their head. That's what these people try to do. These are the conversations that we combat on a daily basis with these psychotic ass people. I'm not going to be playing these mental gymnastics with them. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just the truth. I have too much going on. I don't have time to do that. I'm not going to play mental gym. And then Elon Musk, he might play a little bit of mental gymnastics with, but you're going to make you sound stupid when you try to make something crazy to him. I like how just frank, open-minded, and also innovative but he smacked down people when they're wrong about stuff. This guy is like Donald Trump, but like benevolent. Like, it's weird how this dude is, man. He don't have quite the ego of Donald Trump. He's kind of just got like the smile and the business acumen. But Trump could learn something from, being kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? He can learn diplomacy from Elon Musk. But you can tell they're both geniuses. Like I said, a bit of ego comes when you're a genius. The problem is the goal is to learn from it. Learn from your mistakes, and because he has the right idea. Elon Musk has the right idea where we supposed to go as humans, supposed to go forward and not be bogged down in all these issues that happened before. A lot of us was born or that's based off agendas. Well, a lot of us are so woke and so smart to this stuff, but it doesn't relate when you look at somebody's Twitter. Usually the people on Twitter, on any type of social media, that try to make you look dumb usually have the worst stuff in their bios, like, oh, kill children that from this country, or, death to guys that don't support transgender. Wait a minute. I thought all this stuff was supposed to be balanced. I thought you were trying to get us to understand your side. Hell of a job trying to get me to level with your understand. When you just pretty much just dismiss my whole species, my whole gender of people. These people be having the most contradictory bios I've ever seen in my life. Or they'll call you, a gay basher, or call you. Then they have some shit in there like, oh, I support men sleeping with boys. It's crazy stuff. Like, get your goddamn brain together. Like, you don't even know what you think. You just want to, your goal is to feel I'm so unique that I'm going to go against even common sense stuff. When you start getting down that Alice in Wonderland ass nutty hole, I don't want nothing to do with you no more. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how intelligent you are. I don't care how many degrees you have, even though a lot of people have degrees and don't know what the temperature is. You can have a degree and still not be smart. None of that mean nothing to me. I'm all about the truth, freedom thinking, and open-mindedness and moving forward. All about innovation, productivity, all these things that Elon Musk is about. And y'all want these people that's not even from, and on top of that, well, no, he's from South, what is he, South African or something. But I think he's been in the States for a while. When did Elon Musk come to the United States? He originally went to Canada first, but but I feel like still, like, culturally he's still American. Because let's be honest, South Africa is another United States, almost culturally, economically. They almost like whereas India is a completely different culture. They have a and I've been told about it. This is not me being racist. This is a perception that I've seen or heard from other people that's been around Indian people more than me. They have a presumptuous nature to them. So when they're tasked with a job like this guy was with Twitter, where he has to be like use discretion, he's going to be biased towards whatever, whatever he's offended by. Yeah. Maybe, masculine men remind him of how the British control the economy or something, and now he takes that on all masculine, even black men who've been oppressed ourselves. Like, these type of people don't have the connections to Americans like they do. I understand they have the skills to run the platform. Like, a lot more of them go into IT than we do. But I feel like it's a part of Elon Musk that's more relatable than a lot of these tech. Like, that's like when you get on a phone with a person and you have a problem with like any type of technological device that you own, and you talk to an Indian person. They come off as very indirect, or when you like trying to vent what you're having, they don't care because they can't really relate to us like that. And I don't know if that has some. We probably can't completely 100% blame them for this, but it's something that all of us notice. Like, they all seem so indirect. This goes for Asian people too. A lot of them seem so impersonal when they're helping you with something. It's almost like you're being rushed, or they feel like they're inconvenienced for helping you. Whereas Elon Musk, once again, how many times do I have to reiterate this? Whenever it's an issue or a troubleshoot situation on Twitter, he directly responds to what the person said. The only way he's probably not going to directly respond to you if you just got some wild shit on your brand that he can't associate with. Other than that, I have never seen this man not respond to people. I'm always like fascinated, like, and he's such an interesting guy. He's always talking about like something, like getting a conversation going about something interesting or some tech stuff. He's just an interesting dude. Like I said, I'm not saying everything he does is perfect, because it isn't. It's a lot of things he needs to work on. I think he knows that, though. Okay, Twitter has features to protect users, but it remains to be seen whether Musk will keep any of these features going forward. Musk previously tweeted that if the most extreme 10% on both the left and the right are equally upset, there's a good policy in place. I think I know what he means by that, but I'm not. I think he's trying to go with it. It's a balance, like everybody get away with some BS at time. That's what I interpret from that. This suggests Twitter will have some protection against wild conspiracy theory and harmful comments. Okay, I want to focus on that. So what the first thing a lot of people's getting upset for when he was saying that he's going, for example, when he let Trump back on, I'm pretty sure he let Trump back on with some type of concession. Like, dude, if you say some wild Alex Jones shit, your thing's gonna get. Because don't get me wrong, it's still people I know that get banned. I've seen it. Like people get suspended still for like if they go. It's not completely what people think it is. It's not this left insensitive, masculine, toxic masculine mansplaining thing that all these people are. That I'm canceling Twitter, and a lot of y'all didn't cancel Twitter. Y'all just threatened to do it because I've been looking. All the some people left, and I call those people foolish. The other people that's pump faking, y'all ain't left yet. Once again, y'all are not smart business people. It's something that's called a mute and a block button. When it's something that offends you that bad, why don't you utilize both of those buttons? From a business step where this man is trying to monetize so something Twitter has been lacking at. Like they had a monetization before he got on here, but it was biased as hell. Like you have to have this amount of views. Then when you get that amount of views, you got to focus on this type of content, which was SJW liberal shit. Like it was like they controlled what you talked about, even when you had 1,000. So let's say somebody had 1,000 followers. So I have a lot of friends that have 1,000 followers on Twitter that talked about something that's considered taboo. They're not going to get the monetization, even if they're intelligent and even if they got the numbers to drive the amount of traffic to their content because it was biased. Now, I think what the best thing they could do, and it's big ups to Twitch for this because I'm an affiliate on Twitch. So I know this is something that they do. Twitch has categories where you say it's an 18 plus chat, it's TVMA. You got to be doing some wild shit to get blocked on Twitch. Essentially, for you to get blocked on Twitch or get censored on Twitch, you basically got to put nudity up there. Which at this point in the time and the world we live in, we are anybody with brain cells know what the no-nos are on Twitch. Like nudity across the board is unacceptable. Like because children can watch stuff, even though technically a lot of these gadgets and stuff, you can put parental control on them. However, I get that you don't want this stuff. The internet is a free flow market of information. You don't want children to be able to get free access to this type of stuff. I get that. So that's something that I agree that they to protect children and all that stuff. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But with that said, okay, I'll just make sure my audio was going. With that said, Elon Musk is bringing all of these new features to Twitter that we have to appreciate. You're being closed-minded and not very intelligent if you're going to, you know what I mean, not really appreciate it for what it is. Musk, and I ain't intend for this video to go this long. It just went this long. Must suggest a number of improvements for Twitter. I try to make some of my videos kind of short, but that'd be hard when I have a lot of information to cover. Musk plans to change certain Twitter features, and while these remain to be implemented, his suggestions looks as they will actually improve the platform. Yes, he's trying to do that every day. One such improvement is making Twitter's algorithm open source. This will provide some transparency into how Twitter works, ensuring there are no content biases. Yes, because that's a big issue. Once again, if somebody has TVMA content, make it where they can set it so you can know ahead of time what you about. Put a disclaimer up there for the people. Like my content is a lot of adults, usually cussing. It's usually like more like stuff that's not for children. So Twitch has it where I can make my stuff TVMA. I've been successfully TVMA on Twitch for about 2 years. I haven't had any problems. The only thing you got to watch out for is playing music, which Twitch has a feature, which also other things like YouTube should have, where you can mute it, but they have it built in where it's muted while your stuff is live. Whereas YouTube, you have to cut that out post-production, which anybody that uses YouTube know that's a pain in the ass to use YouTube Studio because it has to change all the different resolutions and all that, and it takes something that's only 2 minutes worth of content takes about an hour or something. It's a pain in the ass. And if you got multiply that hour by how many copyright things you got. It could take forever. So they need to implement, get ahead on the times. Twitter, y'all have all this money behind y'all. Like get behind those times, especially with somebody like Elon Musk running it. Y'all have money. Put this shit into it. Don't nobody want to get inconvenienced because they have a dope content. Just put a fucking disclaimer out there. It's not that hard. Let's see. It also helps make it easier to identify some Twitter features work and how advertisement and promoting content are choosing for users. Yes, I agree. This you need to optimize your search to make things easier. Like, okay, these are people that's for you and that you want to be associated with. These people over here you might not like. This is something that all these big companies, these big social media, y'all should have had this already. Most social media has been around more than 5 years. Y'all should have had this. Other improvements include getting rid of the annoying bots that post spam on the platform. Yes, please do. And also we need to know how many accounts are real because you want to know how many of your followers are real. Now, I have the eye to eye like a fake account. Like, I'm not stupid. I know an account's fake. I can bring that out like it's nothing. Like, but I hate when you got to sit there and filter through all that shit. Who wants to do that? You know? The introduction of edit button, yes. Like, come on, like this is a come on, really? How do you not have an edit button? Twitter's been around what since 2009? How the fuck do you not have an edit button? It's like almost 15 years. Get y'all shit together. Come on now, Elon Musk has been talking about putting that on there. Other great things, features to make Twitter Blue worth the money and improve user authenticity. Read about Twitter Blue. It got some decent stuff. I'm contemplating getting it at some point, but I'll probably have to have a Spaces account. But they need to make it where it's compatible with my Windows computer. I'm not trying to be on my phone, burning my phone up. Make it where I can go live from my goddamn computer. I don't know if y'all got to like patch in a video mode. For me to get on Spaces, which I don't mind bring my content to Spaces, I have to be able to control it from my computer. I'm not trying to have this gadget, that gadget. Forget all that. Make it where I can use it. Which hopefully that's and if you are a coder or something like that, be encouraging. Like you as a why learn all that information if you can't use it to get paid off of it and build relationships with people? I don't understand this about people. You become a coder or an IT person, you become closed-minded. Oh, I'm not gonna associate with this guy because I don't agree with his politics. Really? Are you an adult? What kind of adult thinks or says that? Like nobody with a brain thinks that way. You supposed to do whatever makes your money. Now I understand certain things, like you find that this guy's just raping kids or something. I get that, but like when it's something as simple as I don't agree with you, like come on, y'all. Let's grow up. That's childish. Like maximize your money, maximize your skill. You went to school, you learned this. Why not put it into actual use? Like I don't understand people. The closed-mindedness kills me. I don't get it. You know, the third big benefit to, and we're almost done with Elon Musk running Twitter. The news could benefit current shareholders. While Elon Musk will privately own the company once the sales go through, and of course he does now at the moment, as far as we do. This is articles back in April. Until that point, Twitter remains publicly traded business. This means the new and existing shareholders can continue to trade their shares for profit or loss. As Musk details more of what he plans to change or implement when it takes over, the Twitter share price will continue to react. If there's a confidence in Musk's plan, the price will rise, which could create some nice gains for shareholders who trade before the final. If y'all don't own money in the app that you own, something's wrong with you. Now, I don't know about TikTok because I don't use TikTok. If you don't have stock in Facebook and Instagram, fourth and foremost, because they're two of the most used apps, and Twitter, you have to be crazy. You use this content, but you don't own shares and stocks in it, you have to be crazy. You're not making your money work for you. I'm a big investor person. I think in terms of investment. Your money is not working for you. You're working for your money. So you're going to be forever a worker. But I understand some people are workers. Everybody don't think like a boss. I think like a boss. So that's my goal. But anyway, anybody should own. As long as this shit been around, you don't have accounts in Twitter. Something's wrong with you, basically. Something is wrong with you. And yes, I've showed myself safe on myself on Twitter before. Like, I'm not one of those people. I hate cowardly people. Where I'm at in my basement, I'm just still getting it together. I don't have a good place to put my green screen at yet. Within the next week, I'm going to readjust things. I'm going to start being on camera a lot more than what I am. Let's just put it like that. But if you look at any of my videos, I've been seen several times on camera. It's just, as of late, I would say the last 2-3 months, I haven't been on camera. Let's keep pushing forward. Musk's business track record should set Twitter for success. Yes, it should. Putting aside personal opinions of Musk, there's no denying his successful track record in other ventures. Years ago, Musk founded PayPal. Some people say he bought it from under the guy. I say he just outbidded him, which grew to become one of the largest online payment platforms and still is today. Currently, Musk is the CEO of Tesla, we know that, and the founder and CEO of SpaceX, all good programs with benefits of humanity stuff. Once again, I'm putting emphasis on humanity. He's a big humanitarian guy. Both companies are future-focused, one producing AI self-driving cars and the other spaceships, so space travel and research. Musk's public personality has brought both company into public spotlight. They're individually billion-dollar companies, both in profit and value. It's likely that Musk will take successful experiences in tech companies to Twitter. The businessman knows how to run a company and can't expect the same from Twitter. Love him or hate him, Musk could brighten Twitter's future. I think in every way possible that he's going to brighten Twitter. all the innovations and all the promises that I think he's going to follow through on, because he's usually of a guy who follows through, especially if anything that betters his brand, which I think in every way possible this betters his brand. So I'm almost certain. And let's just say this: what's the worst that can happen? We're in desperate need of a change on Twitter, mainly if you're a content creator, because you can't make money off of it. Who wants to put money? And this is why I was kind of hesitant to come to it. I didn't come to Twitter to 2017. I was way late. I was like 8 years later than when it started, and probably 5 years later than when most people got it. I would say Twitter really picked up steam and got a lot of people around 2011, 2012, based off my research. That's when they started to get a lot of their Twitter followers, because all the major corporations and companies started to get on there. But if you're a content creator, why would you not want this successful businessman to be on your thing? He's bringing all these new innovations, all these new options, take it or leave it type thing, but it's better than a previous regime who wouldn't even answer a lot of your demands if they were so impersonal. And I don't know what the logistics was behind that, where they were fully staffed, which they were. Actually, they were fully staffed, because Elon Musk just cut people because he's trying. People are like, oh, you're such a cold-hearted bastard. No, what you have to understand about business is you have to cut waste. A lot, obviously, the people he cut was waste to get the equilibrium back with Twitter. Twitter was losing money. They started losing the amount of people. I think it was like 60-40, the amount of people that left versus the amount of people that had active accounts. Like, it was so many dead accounts on there. He did obviously he cleansed this, all his waste, and of course they did all the liberal complaints. Oh, he got rid of free lunch and all that type of stuff. Most people don't get free lunch at jobs they work at. What are you talking about? Most people, unless you work at like a restaurant or some type of hospitality field, the likelihood of you getting a free lunch is very unlikely. You know, most people pay for their lunch or bring it from home. Like, what are you talking? Like, you really thought he was gonna let y'all keep that? Like, I'd be happy if they did, but I wouldn't be surprised if they took it. And he got rid of what I consider probably some pretty incompetent people, or at least people that weren't growing. There's nothing wrong with cutting waste. Like, that's just like in your real life relationships. You're going to cut people that's not advantageous to your lifestyle anymore. That's just what any intelligent person does. You know? We need to be a lot more open-minded when it comes to this, man. And these are the type of conversations I like to create with my podcast. And we're growing slowly but surely. Every day I get on here, it's new followers. And every topic is not going to make everybody happy. It's what I want to do. And that's what you should do with your content. You should talk about what makes you happy and what makes you think and what makes you love or what makes you feel. You're here for a goal. Do what makes you happy. And that's what you making these videos do for me. And I hope y'all enjoy them. And it helps when y'all read, or even if you want to leave a negative comment, I would suggest that you retweet. It helps us out. I mean, I appreciate it. And that's when you get shout outs from me. But I'm one of the people that welcome negative comments. On my YouTube, I made it. A lot of people disable theirs. I don't do that. I want to hear both sides. If people have a problem with my content, express it. Say it on Twitter. It's TJ Time 1991. It's TJ Time 1991. All lowercase letters. It's TJ Time 1991. I want you to disagree. And on YouTube, TJ the Prodigy, which is my actual name. TJDA Prodigy, all lowercase letters. TJ the Prodigy. I want to know what y'all disagree with. This is about discourse. This is how you grow as a human being. This is how you go forward by making content like this. It's not about always being liked. We live in a generation of people that always want to be liked. That's not a healthy way to live your life. Now, as we wrap up the video, because I try to almost never go over an hour, at least not with videos like this. Maybe if I'm doing like a podcast when I'm covering combat sports and wrestling, it'll go over an hour because it's a lot of content to cover. But with some just opinion piece, I try to keep them. This is way longer than I usually expected, but it was an hour worth of material. So that's what we put on here. Let's talk about some of this Twitter file stuff. So the Twitter file, because I want to go into detail later this week specifically about the Twitter file and the Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of people was happy also, and this goes back to his willingness to be open-minded and get the truth. Elon Musk was talking about how he can get the Epstein files unsealed. Like, some people might consider that wild or far-fetched, but like, think about how many people actually want to know about that. It's an audience for that type of people that are kind of want the truth, the deep thinkers. That it's probably disproportionately more people that really don't care about that type of stuff. They're going to cut and dry. Oh, well, the guy's dead. He was a piece of crap. They don't want the details. And I understand that some people don't care about that. However, what's wrong with the alternative side? What's wrong with the truth seekers? Some people want to see the truth. I want the people that want to see the truth. Once again, if you have a problem with it, what's wrong with you? Turn the channel off or unsubscribe. I don't see how that's an issue at all. I really don't. Let's keep pushing. Now, let's talk about a little bit, and we're going to end on this Twitter file thing. So the Twitter files, for the people that don't know what it is, are a set of internal Twitter Inc. documents that were made public starting in December 2022. This is around the time when Elon Musk was becoming more and more, involved with the company. By CEO Elon Musk and journalist Matt Taibbi, Barry Wise, Lee Fang, and the authors of Michael Schnellenberg and David Zweig's shortly after Elon Musk acquired Twitter on October 27, 2022. Tobias and West coordinated the release of the documents with Twitter management, releasing the details of the files as a series of Twitter threads. They only give you a certain amount of characters. Come on, y'all. The first installment by Tobias included content related to Twitter's moderation process, which is the most important because this is what is the reason why people been leaving Twitter. They've been pissed off because of this type of stuff. And I ain't gonna go into the details because this is gonna be for another video. So the first one dealt with moderation. The second installment by Wise also addressed Musk and others have described as shadow banning. That's another big one. People get like, how did I get banned when I was in an argument and these people was trying to get mad at me? And I defended myself, even though all these people came towards me with this hostility and bad words. I just asked them, like, why do you disagree? Or put a question mark and I got banned. Like, these are the things that need to be addressed. The shadow ban, or shadow ban is even worse, where you get blocked from, you're not actually blocked or banned, but your conversation is limited where a lot of people can't see your information. That's just as worse as being blocked. Because if I'm saying something, can't nobody see it. It's almost like when you have a product and no advertising. You might well say you don't have a product. So shadow banning is bad. It's really bad. What was the third one focused on? We talked about the second one, blah, blah, blah. The third is talking about highlighted events with Twitter leading to Trump's suspension. Believe it or not, you might be mad, but some people are interested in that. They look at it as a lack of free speech. You don't have to agree with them, but stop trying to cancel people. Even if they kind of crazy like Trump, just don't listen to what he's saying. The fourth installment by Schnellenberger covered how Twitter employees reacted to the January 6th United States Capitol attack. A lot of these people, once again, they tried to lie. They flipped the story and they didn't tell the actual details because they wanted their narrative in their head to be true. The one that the powers that be of the liberals put out there. The fifth installment by Wise covered how Twitter employees influenced the decision to ban Trump. Once again, bias by these liberals, but it's biased bullshit, and this is what Elon Musk is trying to combat. He's not trying to get away from liberals. He's trying to make it a balanced, two-sided conversation. And we're talking about politics, two-sided, but the bigger picture is a open conversation where if you say something wow, it's not like he's gonna not ban you, he's gonna get rid of you, but it's like it's gonna be a balanced conversation. Because people think, oh, he don't want me, he want the other side to take over. No, he wants the conversation to be balanced as it should be. Since when did we stop being a balanced country? That's the question I ask. The sixth installment, or I am in the seventh. The seventh, actually, the sixth is about the FBI thing, right? No, the sixth is about to describe how the FBI contacted Twitter to suggest that action be taken against several accounts for allegedly spreading election disinformation. That should be. If it's false, it should be. It needs to be investigated for these people putting bullshit out there. In the seventh installment, Schnellenberger claimed that the FBI and the intelligence community interacted with Twitter employees to moderate the coverage of the New York Post story by Hunter Biden's laptop. The release has prompted debate over the nature of blacklisting, vows for congressional investigation, calls for the full release of all documents for the sake of transparency, and calls to improve content moderation process of Twitter. Transparency is something that's needed across the board. It's bad business when you're not transparent, whether you're interacting with an app, at your job, with coworkers, with business partners. When we lose trust, that's when it's a problem. And I like that these things are being, some people look at it as intrusive or, oh man, you put no. If y'all going to sit there and try to demonize Trump for him not being transparent about things or him being an asshole or whatever, or he needs to be banned, we need to ban these fake liberals that lie too. And I'm, like I said, I don't have a problem with liberals, but I've noticed the bullying tactics that they have, and I don't like it. I don't like when anybody gets bullied, and they have a tendency to bully people. I have a problem with it. I like how Musk is actually bringing this transparency out there. And a lot of people, bro, y'all pump faking, as I said earlier. If you're going to quit Twitter and stop talking and pump faking. You would have did it by now, gangster. If you was that gangster, you did it by now. A lot of y'all pump faking, and y'all know y'all are. Y'all not going to quit shit. Keep pushing. Last but not least, I swear we almost done with this, y'all. I don't want to talk forever. We talked about the seventh installment with the Hunter Biden thing. The installment releases have been criticized for alleged shortcomings, including exaggerating the context significance, omission of context, outright mendacy. I don't even know how to say that. MENDACITY. Partial reporting, conclusion reached on reporting with counterclaims against and described as an egregious example of the very phenomenon it purports to condemn. The social media managers leveraging their platforms for partisan ends. Bro, I'm gonna do my own research. I don't care what y'all people talking about. I'm gonna deeply research. We probably gonna do this probably Wednesday because I want to get into the Epstein thing. The Epstein thing might be a short video, so we might do 2 videos on this. We'll see. But this is something I'm definitely interested in getting the bottom of. Like I said, once again, I'm a truth seeker. People can like it or dislike it. You should be a truth seeker yourself. Stop swallowing what you're told, whether it's especially with something that has to do with your health or personal well being or your money. Why are you going off what people tell you? Always do your own research. You know how many people have won lawsuits and brought out information on nefarious people being what's the word I'm looking for? Brave journalists. Like being a brave journalist is an occupational hazard. I take my hat off and respect the people that anybody that's a brave journalist, because a lot of people are cowardly now. They're not going to speak up for the truth, the power. They're too cowardly. They're too focused on being popular. They don't, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get to the bottom of all this in detail. Of course, I gotta write my notes, come down with like, okay, yeah, that sounds like bullshit. Basically, sift through all this, but I like the idea that this information is getting out there. I'm not gonna be a closed-minded asshole like a lot of these liberals are. Stay woke, y'all. And I don't mean that type of woke. I hate they stay alert, stay enlightened, research, be the best you, do all that needs to be done. Cut negativity out your life if it needs to go. Have balanced conversation. Anybody's closed-minded, I would say get rid of them right away. You live your truth, be your truth. I'll talk to y'all soon. Once again, YouTube, you can catch me, TJ the Prodigy. TJ DA Prodigy, all lowercase words, TJ the Prodigy. On Twitter, it's TJ Time 1991. All lowercase letters. Once again, it's TJ Time 1991. Y'all be great. Leave a comment under their YouTube at TJ the Prodigy. Negative, I don't care. Let your voice be heard. Well, I'm going back and forth with a couple people about this R. Kelly thing as we speak, because that got a lot of traction with R. Kelly video. So yeah. I'll talk to y'all real soon, man. Like I said, coming soon, Epstein files and details about the Twitter file. Y'all be cool. Stay woke. I'll talk to y'all soon.